right, here we are.
Day
Bill and
2.
James.
Day 2. Alex is sleeping. He's such a good boy.
He's so good, right?
We're sitting in the same exact spot as last night. Took us like 5 minutes to learn how to turn this thing on.
Yeah.
Last night it was already on when we got here. But
Stuck with it and got it on.
yeah, we figured it out, right? That's what we always say. Do not quit.
Right.
Figure it out. There's always a way.
That's right.
And we were successful at lighting this fire. We figured it out. But actually, we'll go into something real quick. You know, a lot of people, you know, what James was just saying, they want to put blame on others.
Mm-hmm.
They want to, you know, knock other people down because they weren't successful at
Right.
something. And the only way you're ever going to be successful in business, doesn't matter how much money you spend, doesn't matter even if someone hands you a business on a silver platter.
Right.
Doesn't matter. If you are not willing to put the work in, do what it takes to be successful, and you're the only person that knows if you truly put enough work in. And everyone has a different skill set. My first like network marketing / online business I did after I sold my web hosting company in like 06, 07, whatever it was, took me 4 months of busting my butt 12 hours a day to finally make $1. 4 months. People cry to me about, oh, I tried for a week, oh, I couldn't do this, I'm quitting. It's just insane. So it doesn't matter, and maybe it takes you 6 months, maybe it takes you a year to figure it out.
Right.
You know, more restaurants go out of business than succeed. Who are you waving to?
These girls here.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
So,
I'm sorry. Got distracted.
so more restaurants go out of business than succeed. So what does that mean? Does that mean that no other restaurants ever going to go into business?
Right.
Does that mean that restaurant owners are going to blame somebody else for not being successful? So it's, you know, people like to blame me because they weren't successful. And what I do is I give everyone so much more information than I had when I started these businesses. I started my businesses with nothing, no courses, no mentors. I just figured it out. And then I build it, and then I show them this is exactly what I did. Here's 4 years of information. Guaranteed to work if you execute.
Exactly.
Executing, as Mark Cuban says on Shark Tank one episode, he said, is the hardest thing for a business owner to do, is to execute on a business. So you got to look at yourself and just ask yourself, did I do what it was required? Now listen, not every business is going to work for everybody. Maybe you try a business and you learn some stuff. Hey, you go into a different direction, you pivot. I've pivoted a lot of times over the last 12 years since I started working from home, or 13 years I guess now. And I tried a lot of things that didn't work. I didn't call up whoever person I knew and said it's your fault, right? I said, all right, shit, that didn't work, let me go try something else, let me go try something else, let me go try something else. Just last year I lost $28,000 trying something with somebody else. Didn't work. Technically, yeah, their fault, because they were supposed to manage it and do everything, and it didn't work. But I don't blame them. I blame myself for letting it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I've always been. It doesn't matter if I was making $1 or $1 million, right? I just always took responsibility for my own actions, and I either changed or pivoted or did something completely different. And you just keep moving forward. And there's people out there that try for years to be successful in business. The only thing that I can really do for someone is just give you a business plan, give you as much information as I can, the knowledge that I use to be successful, and then you have to take it and run with it. You have to carve your own path, right? And there's plenty of people that are making money, of course, and there's people that haven't. It is what it is, right? Just like there's restaurants that go out of business, and there's restaurants that succeed, right? But that doesn't mean you quit just because you didn't make money in your first attempt. Then I have people that say to me, I've tried all these different business opportunities, whatever, none of them work. And I say to that person, like, listen, if you tried a bunch of them and none of them work, then maybe you just shouldn't be trying to do this.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what that person did, if they got off their ass every day and actually did something, but still to this day, because I don't ever want to be broke again, and because I don't ever want to go work for somebody, I still stay up to 1, 2, 3 a.m. and work. So I do the things I need to do during the day, and I do all the things I could just do, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I still do that to this day, frequently. And just because I don't want to ever go backwards, so I work, like I always say, 10 times harder for myself than what I, working for someone else, right? So, listen, I mean, it's up to everyone themselves to do the work. And it's up to you to take responsibility for your own actions. There's only so much someone else can do for you, right?
Yeah, you're 100% right. The thing is that you guys don't understand. I know at 11 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock, Phil's working, because I'll send him an email, he'll respond. But see, that's the thing you guys don't see. You guys think you see, okay, Lamborghinis and everything else and all that shit, but he works hard. And the thing is, he worked hard, just like I work hard, 10 times more for ourselves than somebody else. And you know what? He works as if he doesn't have anything. And that's the thing you guys don't understand. You gotta work hard today and keep working hard. Because when you have it, it's not like it's easy street. You can have it and lose it tomorrow. And see, that's the biggest thing that I've learned from Phil. Because you can have it today, and that shit can be gone tomorrow. But this dude works hard even though he has it, and he keeps working hard. And that's why he's successful. He's always pivoting. He's always already thinking 10 steps ahead, even though he's successful now. And that's what everybody here needs to understand. And the thing is, we were talking earlier, you have people that either build people up or knock people down. And it's so much easier to knock people down because, you don't have anything to gain from that shit. But the people that knock people down, they don't work and they don't build others up to extend themselves, go into some type of co-marketing with them and building. Today we were on a yacht, a 150-foot yacht, right? And we were talking to people. We weren't like scared to share our knowledge with them. We were talking to them about how can we help you and how can we build together. And that was such a great environment, wasn't it? We're able to talk to these people and share our knowledge and information to share how can we build each other's businesses. And that's the environment you want to be a part of. And that's the thing that we always tell you guys. You got to be able to be in the game and you got to put yourself forward, have that mindset to work for yourself, because then you'll want to work and help others. It's not about a selfish game. It's about, listen, there's a lot of money to be made and there's just your effort to be put out there. And yeah, we're hanging out, we're having fucking a great time with these cigars. But listen, in the end, it's just what effort do you want to put in and how much do you want to put in to help yourself. But the other thing is helping others succeed, because then you just build off of that. And that's what Phil gives you guys. Unlimited support. We're here to help you and you succeed and we want to help you. He doesn't have to do that, but he does.
Do you still drunk?
No, I'm not, right?
So when he said, I think he said 11 a.m. before?
Yeah, I think I did, right? I fucked up.
He's 11 p.m.
Right.
midnight. Anyway, and Alex works a lot at night too. He's like, I can't believe you're always up.
You're always up, dude.
Every time I email you 1 o'clock in the morning, you're still up. He's like, do you ever sleep?
Yeah.
So another thing that people don't realize about me is that I make all my money in my lead gen business.
Right.
I don't actually make that much money in the e-learning.
But he puts a lot of fucking effort in the e-learning business.
So let me tell you how it works. I put 90% of my time in e-learning, but 90% of my revenue comes from lead gen. People don't realize that. They think I'm making all this money in lead gen, and that's what
e-learning
has that. Oh.
Yeah, e-learning, right. You make all your money in lead gen.
Yeah, I make all my money in lead gen.
You put all your fucking time.
I put all my time in e-learning, and people think that I make all this money in e-learning, and that's how I can afford everything.
Right.
It's actually not true at all.
It's the opposite.
Complete opposite. You have no idea.
And truth be told, I mean, I don't want to speak for Phil. It's so much easier to do lead gen than it is e-learning.
Oh my God.
But this dude wants to help people succeed. And that's the biggest difference that you guys don't understand. He puts so much effort and time in e-learning that he could, easily kick back, relax, and build another vertical in the lead gen business and be like, okay, but he puts a lot of time and effort into e-learning to help you guys out.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, the e-learning business, before I started, I thought it would be easy. And I'm like, holy shit.
Right.
I'm like, this business has so many moving parts to it that I need help.
Right.
You know, that's why James helps me, Brian helps me, Alex helps me, other people help me. You know, Justin Jones runs that Facebook group.
Right.
You know, so I utilize as many people as I can, but I need more. You know, I really do. And it's just, people just don't realize that they think it's easy. They think everything's easy. The lead gen business, for me, is actually really easy. But don't ever get into e-learning business. Don't ever do it. I love when people say to me on like Facebook ads, like, oh, I could go put up a Facebook ad and tell people pay me thousands of dollars.
Yeah, right.
Go do
ahead.
it. You know what you do, and teach me how to do it.
Right, yeah.
So I still haven't really figured it out that well. Another thing that what he just said before about being on the boat, when you put yourself around people that are like-minded, that you want to be like, we actually were on a boat and we saw one of the owners of ClickFunnels.
Right.
If anyone knows ClickFunnels, guys make millions upon millions of dollars. In 5 minutes with that one guy, you can learn a lot.
Right.
Right? Another guy was the son of a billionaire. I mean, literally a billionaire. Not like, oh, this guy makes a lot of money. No, literally a billionaire. Just like talking to that guy for 20 minutes, I learned a lot.
Right.
A lot of other people that just do private equity or this or just that just make money. And the conversation is different. I've went to that person. If I went to any one of those people and I said, hey, listen, if you failed at your business, would you blame someone else? Like,
you're right.
What are you talking about? You know, they just know what it takes to be successful. They know how much work it takes and you know, the motivation and doing it every single day. And one guy who's been working for 30, 40 years is like, I'm tired.
Right.
Because I've been going hard for so long. He's like, I'm just tired, you know? I get that. I say to myself, I'm like, man, I'm doing this a long time, man. Like, just busting my ass for myself because I've always been a one-employee company for a long time. It means I have to do everything for the business. It's not like Microsoft or any of these companies who have, like, every single person does, like, just one little thing, and they turn it into a full-time job. Like, there's 10 things I do on a daily basis that another company would have one person doing that one job.
Right.
Take Facebook marketing. There is one person that just does that at like 1-800-Flowers, for example. Email marketing. There's a whole team at 1-800-Flowers that just does that. SMS marketing, social media. Literally, take a company like 1-800-Flowers. I just know this because I did business with them a while back. They have full teams for all that stuff, right? Now, of course, they're a lot bigger, but for me, I do it all by myself across the board.
Right.
You know, so I just put all the work in because, like you say, work 10 times harder for myself than someone else. Now, yes, could I go hire people and whatever? Sure, I get it. We could, but I really don't want to. I don't want to build a team. Dealing with employees, and every single time you talk to someone who has a lot of employees, like today on the boat, a lot of them say, oh, employees. Like, everyone says the same thing. One guy's like, I don't even know how many employees I have because I hate them. You know?
It's like, true.
And then someone else said, he goes, you really need to make your employees happy to make them stick around. And that's where Google and Facebook and Viacom and Microsoft and all these companies, they do a really good job at that. And when I walk into a big company like a Viacom, for example, I was at Nickelodeon offices in Times Square. You know what? I looked around, I was like, this is really enticing.
Right, yeah.
You know, this looks great.
They have to make it look great.
Yeah, they have to. Oh, God, because who the hell wants to do that every day?
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? I understand, listen, there's plenty of people that have a job and love it and they have careers, and I get it. It's just a different way of looking at things. You know, we look at it differently, and they look at it their way. That's fine, and that's cool. I'm not going to look down on them, and they shouldn't look down on us, and we all just do our own thing, and no big deal. I just couldn't do that. No. You know? It's like I couldn't drive a Prius. That's a side joke. An inside joke. But anyway, this is a really much longer video than we expected.
Right, yeah.
But, you know, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and this isn't about telling people, oh, you shouldn't go start a business, or you should go this, do that. Just, if you're going to do something, do it.
Right.
Put everything you have into it. It doesn't matter how long it takes to become successful, as long as you eventually become successful, because you'll never look back. And that's the way you got to look at it.
That's the truth.
Good?
And the thing is, if you think about what you're doing today, and if you're continuing to do it, where are you gonna get? Where are you gonna go? Are you growing? Are you not growing? So if you're doing the same thing today, and you think you're gonna succeed, you need to reevaluate where you are today, and that's a hard thing to confront. You know, a lot of people get satisfied, they're like, oh, I'm doing okay, I'm all right. Nah, you got to really evaluate where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow, because nothing's guaranteed. But when you work for yourself like Phil and I do, you control your own destiny, and then you can work as hard as you want and get the things that you want. We're not here to promote anything other than entrepreneurship and helping yourself to where you want to be. Because listen, Phil and I don't need to do this, but we're here to show you that you can have a different lifestyle if you choose to. That's the bottom line, right?
Excellent. Good job, James. So there's a lot more that we could talk about, but we'll make another video so it's shorter because Traffic and Conversion Summit starts tomorrow. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And the reason why I come to these shows has really nothing to do with e-learning.
It's true.
Right?
You're right.
I want to learn this stuff myself.
Yeah.
For my business, doing lead gen and that stuff. And then what I do is I take whatever I learned, I give it to you guys. Say, hey, this is what I learned. Now you apply it to your business, right? You know, but what I learned here doesn't really change my e-learning business. You know, because the e-learning business is different, right? So my lead gen business, that's why I come here.
Right.
And that's why I'm putting my time into that, and then I hand it to you. Because I understand not everyone can do this stuff. Not everyone is gonna, like, this trip is gonna cost like $25,000.
Right.
Right? No, very few people can do that for 4 days.
Exactly.
4 days. One 4-day trip, right? Just not even a vacation. I mean,
No.
Of course we try to turn it into a vacation as much as we can, but a lot of people just can't do that. So we do it. We make these videos. Do we really want to make these videos?
You don't have to.
No,
Right.
we don't really want to.
Right.
You know, this isn't like, oh yeah, let's make a video. You know, we do it because we do it for everyone else. Hey, this is what we learned. This is what we're doing. You know, we kind of like want to get people excited. Like,
Exactly.
oh man, I want that. That's the only reason why. Do I really want to sit here
Hell no.
and put all this stuff online
No.
and spend all this time making videos and having Alex break out the drone to go around the freaking boat and let's do this and let's get a shot of this and let's get a shot of that? No, do I wake up every day and say, woohoo, I want to do that? Not at all. I freaking hate it.
Nah, it's so much easier to just not do it.
It's so much easier to just run my lead gen business,
Right.
pull in $2 million a year and call it a day. I don't have to market to anybody. I don't
No
have to sell
support.
anything. I
Talk
don't have
to
to support.
nobody.
I'm only dealing with business owners that know how to run a business.
Exactly.
They just buy leads from me.
Right.
That's it. I don't need to explain to them how to use email. You know? I have to explain how to sign into a Facebook group. You know? It's
true.
like, yeah, it's different, right? So, but I do it because I really want to see people become successful. That's it. That's the only reason why I do it. No other reason. So,
And the biggest step that we're making, which is something like Phil's talking about, we never wanted to do in-person events. And that's something new that we're doing to help you. We don't have to do that. Phil doesn't have to give us time. Seriously though, we haven't done it because we didn't want to do it. Not because we don't want to help, but we don't have to. But now we're doing events this year. That's the biggest thing, right? For this year. And we have a bunch of events coming up. And that's just something like Phil's saying. He's giving back to help you succeed. This dude's already successful. He doesn't do that shit. But he is. So there you go.
We met someone here last year, a year ago, who tried to convince me to do events. I was so against it.
Yeah.
And I kind of listened to him, and I was like, nah, really don't want to do it. And that was a year ago.
Right.
And then going into this year, I was like, maybe we should do events. You know, I think it would be good. I want to give more value.
Right.
Work with people one-on-one. And, you know, yes, very few people are going to take advantage of it. I get it, which is fine. I'd rather have a small event. Now, you have to understand something. And I'm really curious if anyone's going to watch this video this long. But when it comes to events, the sales guy, because they're a sales organization, not just one sales guy, they're a whole company. And they have this whole strategy to make a lot of money in events. A lot. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
But it's very salesy. It's very over the top, creating these very large packages and, training packages. And I literally told him, I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to try to charge people 20, 30, 40 grand. He's like, no, trust me, it'll work. I'm like, oh, I'm sure it'll work, but I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I am actually doing events, making a lot less money than what this guy would make me if I did it with him. And just because I don't want to be that person that just does it to make money.
Right.
I don't want to gouge people. I even said to him, I don't even know what I could possibly do for something to charge him $50,000.
Exactly.
And that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to have packages up to 50, 60 grand. I don't even know what I would do.
Right.
He's like, don't worry, I'll figure it out. I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't really want to do that. So that's what people don't realize about me. This e-learning business, great. The people that are going to do it and make money is great. I don't charge a lot. You have to understand, there's guys out there, a Tim Bird. I think he charges $5 or $7 grand just to learn Facebook. I mean, that's just Facebook. That it's nothing to do with your specific business. He doesn't go over your business with you. He just teaches you Facebook. And we're doing stuff for a lot cheaper and giving you the entire business.
Right.
Plus Facebook.
Right.
And it's such a small amount of money compared to what other people charge. And that's another thing you got to look at. Now, you also don't want to just buy one course.
Exactly.
You don't want to just learn from one person. You want to learn from as many people as possible. You never know what you're going to learn. We do War Room. It's $40 grand a year.
Yeah.
Right? That's to learn. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
That's the only reason why we're doing it, to learn. Surely not doing it to hang out with everyone. I mean, half the people we really wouldn't want to hang out with.
Right, exactly.
Right? But we want to learn from them. And that's why we do it. It's a 23-minute video.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's easy to talk that long, huh?
We could talk for hours. But anyway, all right, we'll just cut it off here.
All right.
Have a good night.
Good night.